We're extremely honored to have Dr. Nareshman Bajracharya with us again today. And this will be a little bit different. He's been so kind as to offer you this Sanskrit reading of this text of Gurumaṇḍalārcana pustakam. I won't say anything about the text. This is his area of expertise, but he is the Vice-Chancellor of Lumbini Buddhist University, as well as Professor of Buddhist Studies at Tribhuvan University. He was trained by the Most Venerable Nareshman Bajracharya in the traditional rituals and performing arts of Newar Buddhism and Newar Buddhist storytelling. He was a Fulbright Scholar in Residence in the Art History Department at Virginia Commonwealth University, and he has visited Toronto twice, I understand, once previously as a speaker in the Gurumaṇḍalā Buddhist Studies series, and also as part of the Buddhist Studies Conference last summer. So please join me in extending a warm welcome to Professor Bajracharya.
Thank you very much, Professor Rao. And another professor is here, I forget his name, and other participants, colleagues. Nice to meet you. However, we have already met these 2-3 guys yesterday, and we're happy to see 2-3 more today. So today I'm going to, as you're aware of this, that today we are dealing with the Gurumaṇḍalārcana pustakam, the text, Sanskrit text. So this is a text. First, let's have a little introduction about the text. Otherwise, you can say textual introduction. This text falls under the Vajrayāna realm, so that is why we can say it is a Vajrayāna Buddhist ritual text. And I will explain later on why I call it as a ritual text. Secondly, we will more elaborately talk about it is a very much a mandatory text, not simply kept somewhere library, somewhere in archives. It is a very, very mandatory. People are using. So that one also I will deal later on. Similarly, also I can say it is very, very primary. Without knowing this text, it's difficult to understand Newah, what is the Newar Buddhism. So it is a special characteristic of Newar Buddhism. And also, the same text we can also regard it as a very, very common. Why it is common, I will deal later on. So first, Vajrayāna Buddhist ritual text. It is a Vajrayāna Buddhist ritual text. It is because it begins with paying the salutation to the Vajra Sabda. So, for example, it starts like a Om Namaha Sri Guru Vajra Sabdvaya. So it indicates the very first salutation statement indicates it is a Vajrayāna text. Why we have to say like that? Sometimes people misunderstood about the Mahayana and Vajrayāna. Sometimes they feel it is a two different. So that's why I'm trying to focus on saying that it is a very, very Vajrayāna Buddhist text, and why it is a ritual. Why it is a ritual text? Because it is solely used for the ritual performance. And who use this? Used by the Buddhist priest, not only by Buddhist priests but also Buddhist followers. That we will talk about this later on. And it contains the sequential ritual instruction, like a nirdesika, you can also vidhi, and also the text to be recited while performing the ritual. So these 4 points, the 3 points enough to give a conclusive remarks. This Gurumaṇḍalārcana Pustaka is a ritual text, Vajrayāna ritual text. Okay. And secondly, I said it is a mandatory. Why it is mandatory? Because it is very compulsorily used in all rituals. What does it mean by all rituals? So ritual can be the ritual practices in habit practicing in Newar Buddhism can be categorized in different ways. Here at least I categorize into three different categories. The rituals in passages of life of human beings. Secondly, rituals after death, and rituals in any other occasions that are not related with to the passage of life and the death. For example, the consecration, establishment of some with the images and Prata rituals. So this way we can categorize all the ritual practices in Nepal, Newar Buddhism into 3 different major categories. However, we can also make more subdivision. So this Gurumaṇḍala text is used, or the ritual is performed in all sort of rituals. So that is why it is a mandatory. It is not optional. And thirdly, the primary text. This whole ritual begins with the Gurumaṇḍala. Afterward, they may perform more ritual, they may use many other ritual texts, but this one is the very basic. They starting it. All the rituals start with this Gurumaṇḍala. That is why it is we can consider it is a preliminary text. Preliminary doesn't mean the law, but it's the starting point. Without that, we cannot move ahead. And another thing is that the common text. Why it is common? It is because it is used in the major cities of Nepal Mandal with the textual variation. So in Nepal Mandal, there are 3 major cities: Lalitpur, Bhaktapur, and Kantipur. Again, there are some other small cities like Madhyapur, Kirtipur, so and so. So this Gurumaṇḍala text is used by all the people from the provisional cities, and so they all use the same text. However, we can see some textual variation from one city to another city. That is a different matter, but that is not a really drastic change, but very slightly, just like yesterday we talked about the language. The American language also vary from east to west, north to south. Similarly, the text also has a little textual variation depending on the region where it is being used. And also, this is it is used by the priest for the followers. Priest they start the ritual with this Gurumaṇḍala. And not only priest, also general followers, also they can also use this. But definitely they will not able to do themselves. The priest will instruct them, okay, do this and that, recite this and that, and they follow it, and they are observing this, performing the Gurumaṇḍalārcana, following this text. That is. So, and another point is that it is very, very important. The importance of the text itself. It is very, very important. So it contains a set of primary Vajrayāna practices. People mostly they could not figure out it. They think it is a very ritual, karmakanda, panditya. They don't usually general people may not able to see the profound, the philosophy practice, inside this ritual. So it contains a set of primary Vajrayāna practices. Also, it reveals the primary Buddhist practices of Newar Buddhism. I think this kind of practice cannot be seen mostly in Tibet. So I don't know much about the Tibetan Buddhism. I'm not gone so in depth what they do, what kind of ritual texts they use in their ritual, but I believe that they may not have this text. However, they have translated all the canonical texts, commentary texts into their one language, the Kangyur and Tengyur. We have a huge amount of Buddhist literature. I'll be so happy to have if they have this text in Tibetan language, and really it will help to determine to edit the text also. So in the case of Newar Buddhism, it has a significant position. It has a great importance because of it contains the primary Vajrayāna practices. Also, it reveals the primary Buddhist practice of the Newar Buddhism. Now we go to the content of Gurumaṇḍala text. However, it is a ritual text. there we see the very important practices. So method of practicing also, method of practice also. First, it contains the ritual instruction, Nirdesika, Vidhi in sequence. For example, you have the text. So Adau Triratmanam Kuryat. For example, you have writing, right? So first the salutation statement is there. Om Namah Shri Guru Bajracharya Atha Gurumaṇḍalārcana Likhyate. So who have edited this, so he has started like this. And it gives an instruction. Adau Triratmanam Kuryat. They have a water and sprinkle 3 times. This is the Nirdesika. We can divide the whole text into instructional statement and the text to be recited. And another is the text patha that to be recited accordingly while following the instruction. For example, Om Ring Swaha, Om Ring Swaha, Om Ring Swaha, Kaya Visodhane Swaha. So this way it follows, and similarly.
Just a question. So do priests in today do they read the instructions along with the recitation, or
Priest doesn't have to read the instruction. He knew it.
Yeah.
It's just usually they don't have to look at the text. They know it by heart. And now the ritual sequences and the meaning. Okay. The Achamana, the first, it starts with the salutation, thereafter the sprinkling the water, the Achamana, and the Guru, means the priest here. Priest is a common word, and respectively they are addressed as a Guru or Guruju, if it is a male. If it is a female, then called the Gurumaṇḍalā. The priest takes a little amount of water from conch and any other water vessel and sprinkles on one's body, and similarly gives water to all the followers to do so. If people are very far, then sprinkle water. Om Ring Swaha, Om Ring Swaha, Kaya Visodhane Swaha. And why it is doing that? It is you can get the meaning. It's a purifying one's body, speech, and mind by karuna. So this meaning I have given that you cannot get from this translating the text. So it says Om Ring Swaha, Om Ring Swaha, Om Ring Swaha, Kaya Visodhane Swaha. Okay, you can understand Kaya Visodhane Swaha. So water is sprinkled in order to purify the body. That's all. Yeah. But I am telling you, it's concerned with the purifying one's body, speech, and mind by karuna. Externally, we think that we clean our body by water, but in fact, the hidden meaning is that we should clean our mind, body, speech not only by the sprinkling water. It should be purified by the karuna, compassion. So, where to get the compassion in this line? Is there any word karuna? Is there other synonyms for the karuna? No. But here is the one letter, that is the ring. Ringkarang sambhavanatham karuna snigdamanasam Amoghabajra lokanatham namamyam. Ringkarang sambhavanatham karuna snigdamanasam Amoghabajra lokanatham namamyam. The seed letter ring, so it refers to the karuna. It stands for the karuna. So this kind of meaning we get not from finding the word meaning in the dictionary, nor the following the grammatical rules. We get this kind of meaning from our masters and gurus. They reveal the secret. Then it followed by the Sankalpa Vakya. Tataha Puda Bhandam Sankalpa Vakyam Pathet. And this for the Sankalpa, many people have tried to translate the Sankalpa as a different word. What do you prefer, Professor Raoji? Sankalpa, if you have to translate in English, what do you prefer?
Sankalpa is sort of a
determination.
Excuse me?
Promise?
Well, it's sort of
Determination.
it's a, you have affirmation, no?
Affirmation, yeah. I prefer affirmation after long, searching the word meaning and discussing and thinking.
It's sort of like a plan or a...
Uh-huh. Okay, please think of it. So if you
It's tough, it's a difficult word to
yeah,
translate.
yeah. Also, we have to understand the context also.
Yes. Right.
Without understanding context, we cannot give
Proposal,
a proper
almost
meaning.
like a proposal.
Proposal.
Intention.
Yeah. Intention also. Yeah, many people they say intention.
Yeah.
Okay, here I prefer to translate as an affirmation in the case of Vajrayāna ritual. So affirmation of the offering to particular deities and the purpose of the offering by followers and offers Jajamana hands over the puja plate endowed with the puja materials to Guru for puja. So this text, while performing this ritual, it requires many materials also. I'm not much dealing with the material, but here right now we will have a puja vessel in which you will see the many materials, puja materials, and Jajamana hold it, and priest will ringing the bell recite this Sankalpa Vakya. And this Sankalpa Vakya, do I need to go through the Sankalpa Vakya or you will get it?
Well, this Sankalpa Vakya is interesting because it's stipulating that it's in,
Buddha Kshetriya
Buddha Kshetriya. Isn't that usually specified as to where the ritual is occurring?
Yeah.
If we were to do the ritual here,
yeah,
we would have to modify it.
You have to modify it, of course, yeah. That's why I do Canada Mahadvipe.
Right.
And also gives a
Brampton,
Specific time also.
a specific time too. So
Yeah, a specific
is this
time also.
only one time per
Yeah, we
per
are in
lunar
the
year?
Sanjit Veta Dwaparanta Kali Yuga, so Pratama Sarani. We are in the now first phase of the Kali Yuga.
Right.
And Jambu Dvipe,
Yeah.
Vasuki Chatre, Aryavarta Punya Gomo, and then Nepal Desi. So you will see the broad, big realm, then after bring to the Nepal. Nepal Desi, Bagmatyam Dachina. What is the Nepal Desa? Nepal Desi is located in the Bagmatyam Dachina Bhagi, Manuvinyam Paschima Bhagi, Pravavatyam Uttarapone, Kesavatyah Purvapone, Gopuchagrivari, Sudurdaya Bhumu Bhagi. Here Sudurdaya Bhumi. Sudurdaya Bhumi, this is the one Bhumi out of the 10 Bhumis. That's a Bhumika Sutra. It deals with the 10 Bhumis. And here is Sudurdaya Bhumi. So the Nepal physically consider as a Sudurdaya Bhumi. However, Sudurdaya Bhumi is not a physical realm. It is a spiritual realm. And Upachanda Hopite and Sri Herugutrupa Chakaganana Devas Anek Devalastane Sri Swayambhu Dharmadharto Bhagisura Sannidhane. Finally, they talk about the Swayambhu temple. So just in front of, in the nearby Swayambhu, and we are performing this and that ritual. Also, we have to recite the, we have to also identify which date. For example, the Tithi, Astamyam Punya Titho, and the Nakshatra also, which starts now near to the earth. For example, Purvabhadra Nakshatra and the Yoga, Rashi. So this way they perform this Sankalpa ritual. Shall we move?
Yes.
And next to this, what is the second page? I think you missed one page.
This is this Om Bhagavate.
No, next one is there, very important thing.
We can.
There's one page, I think you are missing one page. Adhyamasanam adhyatyadina itha samaya masa pacha tithi nakshatra yoga karana vasara surya chandradinam dinasthiti samayam vachagitva danapatyadinam sankalpa vachanam anantaram. Then we will add the Om Namo Bhagavate Puspiketu Rajaya Tatha Gataya Rate Samyik Sambuddhaya Tadyatha Om Puspe Puspe Mahapuspe Supuspe Pusutavai Puspa Sambhave Puspavagrane Swaha. This much called the Dharani as well as Vidyaragi. in the Buddhist text, in the according to Buddhist tradition. And idam saha puspa dhupa deepa gandha rasa naivedyadiyuktam suvarna pushpandanam sankalpyatmihum. Thus, the sankalpa ritual will be completed. Yeah. Thereafter, another very interesting thing is that yajamana dachata dikam dachata dikam graniyat. So priest take the rice from the yajamana. Yajamana take the rice, bunch of rice, and put on the head, just touch on the head and give it to Guru. And Guru, while receive the rice from Yajamana and recite this statement or text, Om Namaste Dākatakyamya Tatra Guru Chitta Samayita. So this is, when we translate it, thus we will get, okay, Dākatakyini. So I saluted all Dākatakyini, and Dākatakyini now they went inside, or Samahita means embarrassing with the Guru's mind. This kind of very general meaning we will get. Sometimes we may difficult to translate also. It's a kind of a incomplete sentence. But it is so important, so it related with the one the philosophy and also practice, that is the Paratma Samata Bhavana. About the Paratma Samata Bhavana, you can get the description in the Bodhicaryavata by Acharya Shantideva. So it talk about the, while for the practicing Bodhisattva-charya, first of all, we should consider order equality with the equanimity. Without any discrimination, we should accept other as you are, the Samata Bhava. So Paratma Samata, Samata with the other. And thereafter there is another practice, not only saying, okay, you and me are equal now, so we are same, no discrimination. That's not enough. There is a special practice called the Paratma Paravartana Bhavana, to bring others, people and others into your one body, into your one mind, into your one purpose. That is the Paratma Atma Paravartana Bhavana. There is a yoga practice also, to bring others' mind, body, speech into your one mind, body and speech. It's not simply a philosophy, not only idea, but there is a practice also. And here it requires the understanding the power of mind, what it can do. So once understand that and learn the train into the that kind of practice, so what we can enter into the other bodies also, we can also bring them into your one mind and body. This is a kind of a pravesh into others' body, also bring into the your one body. So this practice has been described by the Acharya Shantideva. So it shows that just to understand this one ritual text, it requires a lot of efforts and going through the many texts, many Mahayana texts. Thereafter, we can have a real meaning of this ritual. And then you will feel this ritual not simply ritual, it's not a simply karma kanda or panditya. It's not made for earning money from the yajamana. Not purpose, not for the dakshana purpose. I am saying little more?
No.
No, that's right. Okay. So I love this text. So Atma Paravartana Bhavana by Guru. So thinking the equality between the Guru and the followers, and transmitting the followers into Guru's oneself, and finally visualization of the unification between the Guru and the followers by Guru. So from this moment onward, whatever is done by the Guru will be considered as done by the followers themselves. Okay? Guru will be representing the followers. Thereafter, Guru Namaskar and the Guru Agya for the puja. So it starts Om Gurubhyo Namah, Om Gurubhyo Namah, Om Gurubhyo Namah, Guru Buddho, Guru Dharmo, Guru Sangat Tathaivacha, Guru Vajrayāna Sriman Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. It is a salutation to the Buddha Dharma Sangha and the Guru Vajradhara, and finally Samasta Guragya. So then take the Guru of the Judgment also take a permission from the Buddha Dharma Sangha and the Vajradhara to perform the ritual. Thereafter, Sankhe Paninam Chhadiyam. There will be a conch and with the water, and the Guru just covered that conch, touching by hand, or sometimes use both bell and the Vajra and the Kantha, and recite the mantra Vam Ahum Bam Vajrodake Hum Swaha.
Can you give me the
What?
button? Yeah, copy, one copy.
Oh, now you can follow. So this Vam Ahum Bam Vajrodake Hum Swaha, it is a kind of mantra. It is also very, very important. It is related with the water consecration, Udaka Abhishek. So receive Vajra water consecration like all the Tathagatas receive immediate after the birth. So here after this chanting the Om Ahum Bam Vajradake Hum Swaha, the priest recite the one stanza, Yatha hi jata matrena snapita sarva tathagata Tathaham snapaishyami sudyatu dipyavarina. This is the stanza they recite, and sprinkle the water once again on his body. Om Ahum Sarva Tathagata Abhiseka Samsriyahum. So finally, it is a water sprinkling, Udaka Visheka. So here you may find something error in the stanza. Do you? Yatha hi jatamatrena snapita sarvatathagataha tathaham snapaishyami suddhatu dibyavarina. So scholars may feel some error in this stanza. Because so priest is sprinkling water and he himself chanting this stanza, then it's a bit odd. I don't know how much Alexander and Amber, you notice there's some grammatical mistake. In fact, there is no mistake at all. So here, Guru has to visualize all the Tathagatas came, and the Tathagatas are sprinkling the water, giving the abhiseka to the priest.
The priest.
Yeah, he is not himself taking initiation.
Right.
They have to visualize Tathagatas. And Tathagatas are uttering this stanza. Yatahi jatma krena snapita sarvatathagata tatha aham snapaishyami sudyatu
So it's
divyava.
not him who's doing the snapishami.
Yeah, they are. So this here also again we require the Guru Parampara. If there is no such a Guru who can really explain it, the text not enough to understand the whole. Otherwise, they will feel there is some error. Grammatical errors and they may say, oh, it is a hybrid Buddhist Sanskrit, so it is okay. But it's not understandable, then say hybrid Buddhist Sanskrit. Okay. And next, and again, Puna Tirachamanam Pudabhandam Prishad. Again, the Guru will chant the Dharani and touching the Puja vessel. That is, again, it is called the Puja Sankalpa. Thereafter, Puspamekam Trikayam Aditistya Asanam Kurya, and Guru will take a piece of flower and touch to the throat, forehead and the heart and put under the seat. Asana. And Puja Sankalpa and Kaya Vaka Chitta Adhisthana. Here the chanting, the Om Ahum Vam Ahum Vam Ahum Tishta Vajrasane. So while we go through this text, we will say Tishta Vajrasane. You can get the meaning of only Tishta Vajrasane. But I am telling you here, there is a threefold determination. Kaya Vaka Chitta Adhisthana. However, text doesn't say about the Kaya Vaka. Of course, there is Trikayam Aditistya Asanam Kurya. This is Kaya Vaka Chitta Adhisthana. How? Controlling on one's body, speech and mind, making strong determination to do the particular work by body, speech and mind, and applying total and complete efforts. And thereafter, Thereafter, priest will take a piece of another flower and throw out from the outside, backside his shoulder, right and left, and recite the mantra, text Om Sarva Papa Napanayahum, and it's overcoming on there are 4 types of Mara: Chattwara Mara, Skanda Mara, Deva Mara, Mrityu Mara, Klesha Mara. So here overcoming on the first Klesha Mara, reciting the text Om Sarva Papa Napanayahum, and Atmaracha. So after that, Sirasi Atmarachate Puspam Dhare, we will put a piece of flower on top of the head and recite this mantra Om Mani Dhari Badani Mahaprati Sare Racha Racha Mam Sarasatvanan Jahum Hat Swaha. And then again Shindaram Mandale Pupitva Atmanam Dhare, and again his instruction says that take the tika and put on the mandala and again put on the forehead, and it's called the Vajratilaka Abhushana. So visualize as oneself as adorned with the Vajratilaka, which means ornaments. In fact, it is a Vajra Kavach. Then Bhumi Adhisthana. The priest will put a little water and also a little rice and recite the text Om Bhadrodake Hum, Om Bhadra Gomaya Hum, Om Bhadra Bhume Suleke, Sarva Tathagata Dishtanam Dishtatantu Swaha. So here the priest visualized that once make Bhume Adhisthana like all Tathagatas had previously done. For example, so I am giving an example from the Buddha's life story, that Siddhartha made Adhisthana sitting over Kushagrash, that he would not give up the seat until he achieved the enlightenment. You might have heard this story. And similarly, the Guru makes a determination to hold the seat until the puja hasn't been completed. Okay. So sometimes it gives another meaning also. We can get another meaning that the particular place is blessed by the actual presence of all the Tathagatas also. Then the Muni Mandala Puja Phala. So it says that Tandulo the Kela Mandalam Pakiyat. The priest will take a little rice and the water and just hang on over the mandala. I haven't tell you here before performing this ritual, priest will draw one mandala. Generally, it is called the Gurumaṇḍala. So everything will be done on that mandala. So here, mandale jalena avishinchait means the sprinkling the water on that mandala. The mandala drawn by the sand powder. And again, tanduru the kene mandale patayam. The mandala means that the Guru Mandala drawn with the sand mandala. Okay. So then priest recite this. Also, I like this stanza very much. My Guru always, emphasize with a melodic way, with the melody. I don't know, but it is a very much different from the other Brahmin melody. When Kavya, we recite a Kavya, Kaschita Kanta Viraha Guruna, Swadikarat Pramakta, Sape, Nastam Gamita Mahima, Varasabogena Varatu. This is a different kind of melody science. But here, Danango Maya Mambunancha Sayitam Silancha Sanmarjanam Chanti Chudra Pipilika Napanayam Virjan Kriyasthapanam Dhyanam Tachanam Meka Chittakaram Prajna Surekho Jola Yata Paramita Shadevalavate Kritva Munir Mandalam Bhavatu Kanakavaranam Sarabaru Gair Vimukta Surajamanuja Visista Chandrabhav Diptikanti Tanakanaka Samriddhi Jayate Rajavamse Sugatavarakriyasmin Karyakarmani Kritva. So and so. So I like, I very proudly, when I perform ritual, I recite it by heart, enjoying, I don't concern every time when I'm going to finish it, who are in a hurry. I enjoy. Yes. Okay. Sureke Chandra, so okay. This way, the final mantra is the Chandra Vimaleshwaha. So this is the Muni Mandala Phala. Muni Mandala stands for Buddha, Dharma and the Sangha. However, Muni stands for only the Buddha. It doesn't apply for the Dharma and Sangha, but we have to understand. So here Muni Mandala means Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Mandala. And the meaning and example of 6 paramitas, perfection. The whole text describe about the half text describe about the practice of practice of 6 perfection, short paramita. And here also again it it says Dhanam Gomaya Mambunancha Sahitam. So what does it mean by Dana? Dana is the Gomaya Ambunancha. Gomaya means cow dung. Ambu means maybe cow urine. That is the Dana. It says Dhanam Gomaya Mambunancha Sahitam. Finish. Silancha Sanmardhanam. Meaning of Sila. Finish. Chanti Chudra Pipilika Napanayam. Again, meaning of chanting.
So is this the dana?
What is dana? Giving a cow dung and cow urine, is that dana? No.
Doing the ritual.
So this text, first of all, let's talk about the authenticity of this text. This text you will find in the Advaya Vajra Sangraha by the Advaya Vajra. Advaya Vajra has also mentioned this text in his collection. So it means it's very authentic. But meaning is very useless. Dana is the Gomaya Ambu. Do you get meaning? Dana means giving the giving the cow dung and the cow urine. What does it mean? Here again we need the Guru lineage and the Guru's teaching.
Secret teaching.
Yeah, sacred teaching. But now I am revealing in the Toronto University. So Dana Gomayam, Dana should be like that. A cow, when he release the cow dung and urine, never look back. Never look back. See the cow dung and urine, how much useful for all the human being, especially in Asian context, especially in Indian Nepal and India context. Cow and the cow dung and urine is useful for it has a medicinal value, so and so.
Right.
Number 1 is working. Secondly, when cow release the dung and the urine, never look back what I have given to other. Just forget it. Move, go away. Similarly, the practice of dana also should be like that. You must give it. You must give, but do not remember it what you have given. Here again we can relate this philosophy with the Vajrachedika Prajna Paramita. There Bodhisattva asks Buddha how a Bodhisattva should perform his Bodhisattva Charya. And Buddha says, Yavantaha sarva sattva sattva sangrahena sangrahita andajava jarayujava sansvedajava upapamukava rupinova arupinova sanginova asagginova namasaginova naipasaginova sarvete sattva maya mahamudra mantraprati pratisthapaitabhya. And Buddha said, you should embrace all living beings. And then also you have to visualize, I did nothing. I did nothing. You have to practice, you have to take care of all. Okay? Like your one child. But also at the same time, you have to visualize you did nothing. Means that way you have to kill your ahankara, your ahankara. So that is the way of practicing. So here again, here also say give a dana means the Gomaya Ambunanja. And means give, forget it. Don't remember it. Don't get attachment what you have done. Similarly, Silancha Sanmardhanam. Sila means the practicing the moral precepts, moral conducts. It's like a shipping the dirts. Yeah? Sanmardhanam, cleaning. Like a brush clean the dust. Similarly, practicing the moral precepts clean our dirts. So now I'm not going to deal much, okay? I'm afraid that our professor has no time, he's going soon. So I don't know, so that I want to complete before you go.
No, I'm just checking the meters.
Because it's very difficult to get a good association, you know?
Doctor, can you just do the next paramita and then...
Pardon?
Can you just do the next paramita? One more paramita for us?
Yeah, chanti.
Chanti.
Chanti chudra pipilika napanayam. It's the meaning of chanti. What does it mean by chanti? Huh? If he says something bad word to me, I must tolerate. Okay, no problem, no problem. But do you tolerate it one insect bite you? You will not tolerate. Oh, okay. So here say chanti is that. Chudra pipilika napanayam. Don't remove the insect. Even the removing insect from your body also, you don't have that present. You don't have that chanti. So it's try to understand the idea, the philosophy. Of course, you have to remove the insect if it bites you, but you have to remove gently. Not by killing.
That would be true.
Yeah, there are so many ways we can remove the small insects. Really, they harm us.
Just gently.
So this text is very small. The text is very small, you see, but it gives the profound meaning of the sixth perfection. Isn't it? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay. Similarly, what is the dhyana? And also virya also. Viryam kriya sthapana. What is the virya? What is the practice of virya paramita?
Kriya
Kriya sthapana. You should be active always. No rest. No tension, no rest. Work on. Don't say my job is 5 to 10 or 10 to 5. I found in America, people say, "Are you done?" "Yeah, I am done." Now he's not going to solve you. He said, "I'm off. So I say, keep it open. So virya is a keep it open. When work hard continuously. If you work hard continuously, then you will finish your PhD on time. So, viryam kriya sthapanam, okay? And then again, what is the dhyana? Dhyanam takshanam ekachitta karanam. If you take long time to concentrate, then that is not a dhyana.
At that time.
You should able to concentrate immediately whenever you need. Then that is the real dhyana. If you take 1 hour, oh please stop, don't cry, I am doing meditation. And you take long time to concentrate, that is not a dhyana. Sit down, close your eyes, in a position, immediately visualize.
The perfections are not just having these qualities, some kind of excellence in those qualities.
Right, yeah.
Not just that you can do dhyana, but just like that.
Yeah.
Just look into it.
Immediately. My guru does like that. My guru said, "Okay, I am going to sleep." Within a minute, he will snore. Within a second. Okay. And prajna sure khojala. Here again, very difficult to understand. What does mean by prajna? It doesn't say compassion, wisdom, anitya, dukkha, anatma. It says surekho jwala. I think I must keep this meaning of this word for next time. You may invite me again and then I may tell you. Is it okay? I should keep something for tomorrow, for next. Of course, prajna in general understanding, prajna means the truth. Anitya, dukkha, anatma, chitta makrata, sunyata, karuna, so and so. But it says, prajna surekho jwala, rekha, a line that is ujjwala, is concerned with the one yoga. That yoga, in doing that yoga result, and it created light in our body, and that arise from lower part to the upper part of our body. And then he will visualize it's called the pravaswa. Then you will really understand anitya, dukkha, anatma. You will really understand the compassion, wisdom. Otherwise, we are understanding the Sila Samadhi, anitya, dukkha, anatma because of just reading the text. It was told by someone, but never realized inside. So that realization arises through the yoga, through the samadhi. So one stage will come there, the light will arise from your lower part to the upper part of the body. It goes up. Then you don't need to study text. You don't need any book. So that comes into your mind. Then you will be endowed with the pragya, pragyavan. The pragyavan possesses the vidyavan. Okay. And thereafter, pushpe mandale pushpapatanam, mandalam brahmayitva pushpamekam balo chipet. So priest will take a piece of flower and take one round on the mandala and put below the mandala. And thereafter, mandale ekabinshati baram pushpapatanam kuriyat. Okay, where I am here in the laptop. Meaning, and the 6 parameter worldly as well as the supermundane is all part of the mandala. Okay, so making ratna mandala by flower. So here, the priest will put the 21 pieces of flower accordingly, reciting the text like Om Maha Madhya Merive Namo, Om Ring Madhya Merive Namo, Om Sum Suspa Madhya Merive Namo, and finally Om Sum Suryaya Namo, Om Ahum Sri Bodhisattva Guruve Namo. So when Bajracharya priest, Newar priest, Buddhist priest, they recite Om Namo Swaha like that, no? Many people misunderstand, oh, they're doing that like the Brahmin people. There's nothing, no difference from the Hinduism. There's a impact of Hinduism in Nepal. So they may, like they may consider, they may think like that. In fact, it's totally different from what Brahmin people recite. Of course, Chandra Surya believed by all, not only Brahmin, by not only Hindu, not only Buddhist, not only Jain, everybody. Then Christian people believe on the Chandra and Surya. Okay. So here, the putting the piece of flower and chanting this text is creating, visualizing the whole this not the universe, but you can say universe. We visualize the universe, especially first about the Prithvi Loka, where there is made of the 4 elements, and then above that there is a Sumeru Parvat, and there are 4 main continents and 4 subcontinents altogether, Astadvipa. Thereafter, again, it believed that there are the 8 auspicious jewels, Ashtaratna, and again, above the Prithvi, there is a Chandra Surya, means Surya represents all the grahas, Chandra represents all the taras, galaxies, and this is the universe. That way, the priest chanting these mantras or text, create or visualize the whole universe. And above that, and he will visualize the Vajrasattva Guru. Primordial Buddha, Vajrasattva, or doctrinal Buddha? Okay, say Adi Buddha. Adi Buddha Vajrasattva. And thereafter, he offered the Pashupatinath puja, and he will say Om Bhadragande Swaha, Om Bhadrapuspe Swaha, Om Bhadratupe Swaha, Om Bhadranaivate Swaha, Om Bhadralajaya. So it's offering the 5 essential objects of sense organs. So let me explain here what is the Ratna Mandala. So now it is creating the Ratna Mandala. Ratna Mandala means the Buddhist understanding of the world at the certain level. So it is a part of the, in fact, Abhidharma. In Abhidharma there is chapter Loka Dhatu Patala, and next is the Loka Sandarshana Patala, I think, in the Abhidharma course by Pashupatinath. Also you will find the Buddhist understanding the cosmology in the Pali Tripitaka, also in the Abhidharma Pitaka. So here Buddhist understanding of the world at the central level, certain level, known as the Buddhist cosmology, truth of the world, and also it is believed by the Buddhist and Hindus. So Raja, Maharaja, Chakravarti Raja, Vara Chakravarti Raja, there's a layer of Rajas, the standard of Raja, Emperor. So Emperor of Vara Chakravarti king. If I am a king, so I will have a little small country, maybe. And if I am a Chakravarti, then I should have even rule many part of the world. If you can rule all this universe, then you can be entitled as a Vajrayāna Raja. So the Buddhist cosmology or Ratnamandala, it is also empire of the Vajrayāna king, and it is the external highest object to be offered to the gurus in Vajrayāna practice. If you have to practice Vajrayāna, first of all, Guru will teach you the offering to the Buddha. You will not ask to offer other material, you will ask to offer the whole universe. So this is the practice of Vajrayāna, beginning practice of Vajrayāna. And again, I would like to explain a little about the Pashupatinath puja. The putting, usually people understand the one Gandha, Puspa, Tupa, Tipa, Gandha, Rasa. But why it is important in Buddhism, why we recite the same thing, is not, we have to study the Abhidharma. The Abhidharma teach you, we have 5 sense organs, and there are the 5 sensual objects. And what we have to offer not the external thing, but your sense organs and the object of the sense organs. Then you will able to keep away from the raga, dvesha, moha, kama, krodha, lobha, the defilements. So here a practitioner, a priest is about to offer all this universe, including the one's sense organs and the sensual objects. And it is offering Ratnamandala along with the 5 sense objects to the Guru. And here the text describes about the Guru. Who is the Guru? Chaturatnamaya meru mastadepo pasobitam nanarattam samakiranam tadyenottaradayana gurubhya buddha dharmebhyo sangebhyascha tathaivacha niryatayami bhavena sampurnam ratnamandalam. This whole universe considered as the Ratnamandala, the mandala of the jewel, and offered to the Buddha Dharma Sangha. And who are they? They are the Anuttaradayana. The Buddha Dharma Sangha gives the supreme knowledge, not the worldly knowledge, that's the knowledge beyond the world. The Anuttaradayana. Again, it prays to the gurus. I'm not going to recite again. And then another important part is here. So do I need to explain about what is the Ratnamandala offering? So it's very simple here. I mentioned it is a preliminary Vajrayāna practice, I already told you, and it is a mandatory Vajrayāna practice. Without practicing this offering Ratnamandala, disciple cannot be considered as a disciple. He can be a student, but disciple and student, there is a difference between disciple and the students. It is the highest honor to the Guru in Vajrayāna practice, and it is expression of one's dedication and gratitude to the Guru in Vajrayāna practice. And where, in Tibetan people, they keep the retreat cham for many years, minimum 3 years, 3 months and 3 days. So they will be instructed to practice the same thing, keeping in one isolated place and without contacting any worldly things. So here in our practice, we practice every day. In every ritual, we must do it. And then after, another important thing is that the Kritāṇḍalina state. You may see the page number 6. Here which starts with the Yashyaha Prasada Kirana Parisparitmatmaho Ratna Prabha Parikare Prakatāṇḍakara. I'm not going to recite this text, it's so long. Here the whole this text, this is one of the longest texts in this Gurumaṇḍala text, and it talks about the Saptavidhanuttara Puja, 7-fold supreme offering, and it has 7 steps. First step is the Vandana, second is the Pujana, third is the Papadeshana, fourth is the Anumodana, fifth is Adhyesana, sixth is the Bodhi Chittotpada, seventh is the Punya Parinamana. If you go through the text, it doesn't come so sequentially, serially. You have to pick up from different, maybe the Guru Bandhana may be later on, and the Papadeshana may come earlier. But since we understand the Mahayana practice, they talk about this Bodhicharya, and then we can understand the sequence. Then you can get the meaning from this text. Otherwise, if you just translate literally, it may take you some other place. You may not find the sequences. And out of that, just I would like to recite a few stanza from the Sarva-Buddham, the 7th page. Sarva-Buddham namashyami dharmancha jinavasitam sangancha sila sampannam ratnatrayam namastute ratnatrayam me saranam sarvam prati disamedam anumode jagat punyam buddha bodho dade mana abodo saranam yami buddha dharma ganotamam bodho chittam karo mesha soparartha prasidhe utpadayami varabudhi chittam nimantrayami au sarva sattvam itham charisye varabudhi charayam buddho bhavayam jagato hitaya. So this is the important stanza out of this long text. However, same thing will be repeated back and forth, but this is the mostly important text, and where you will see the sequences of the Saptavidhanottara Puja, the 7 steps. And ultimately it says, Buddho bhavayam jagato hitaya. So I may become the Buddha for the welfare of all beings. So this way, this is another important part of the ritual will be end with this stanza. I think you might have feel that it's not a simple ritual, karma kanda. Okay? I think you hopefully you now understand how profound it is, how important it is. And what is the Saptavidhana Puja? I think now you don't need. It is based on the early Mahayana, means the Paramitanaya principle, and it is early Mahayana formal practice. And this puja is also known as Manasika Puja, mental puja in the Bodhicharya avatar. After this puja, in fact, Bodhisattvacharya begins. So here, you try to remember, I say it is based on the early Mahayana, means in bracket Paramitanaya. So till here, we are practicing the Paramitanaya. Onward, now you will see the Mantranaya. I hope you understand the Paramitanaya, the early Mahayana practice, and later on Mantranaya introduced, and when the combined together Paramitanaya and Mantranaya, then that becomes the Vajrayāna. Okay? So intentionally, deliberately I am putting and focusing you on telling you the Mahayana bracket Paramitanaya. Till here it is a Paramita practice, Paramitanaya practice. Thereafter it begins the balyārcana. The next segment is the balyārcana. Tatra nitya karma pakshe japa yoga visesa pujayam tu bali bhande sankodaka chulakam papyet. So especially here it is about the balyārcana. However, we don't see the title like a balyārcana, balyārcana arabhe like that, but it is a balyārcana. And bali offering. So here in Vajrayāna, bali means not the sacrificing any animal, any living beings. So bali bhavana is a visualization of bali, and while chanting this text, also the priest also show the hand gesture. He makes mudra. Do you want to see it?
Yes.
Then you have to offer me darshana. Will you? Ready? Once you offer the whole universe, you don't have to offer anything else. Okay? Because everything is within the universe. So okay, first let me tell you the Bali Bhavana is a visualization of Bali. First Guru shows the Garuda Mudra, and the Garuda Mudra means Garuda, but what does it mean?
What is the Bali here?
I will definitely, without telling that, I will not go out. I will tell. Yeah, it's offering the sense and sensual organs and sensual objects. We will deal it with very extensively. I have brought a few examples here also, few pictures also. So it require, while they reciting this text, also it require few hand gesture mudras, Ashta mudra, and out of that also it said there is specific mudra called the Garuda mudra. It's called the Garuda mudra, like this. And the Padyadi and Akarsanadi mudra, again Puspanyasa. So it's a content of the balyārcana, and it's begin with putting a little bit water on the mandala. But which mandala? Not the Gurumaṇḍala, but there is another mandala. In generally, people consider it is a Gurumaṇḍala, but there is some different. I mean, there is some separation. We can see the landmark that I will tell later on. Okay, that I will show you the mandala. So, priest will put a little water on the Bali Bhanda, or in the Bali, and recite the Om Ring Achamano Prachamanam Pratiksha Swaha Tato Yankarena Vayu Mandalam Rankarena Nimandalam Tatro Pari Trimanda Kripta Chutiko Pari Sita Patam Handanam Tatra Bhagadat Pari Puritam Tatro Pari Vung Ang Jing Khang Hung Lang Mang Pan Tam Bang Kara Jata Panchamrata Pancha Pratipurupan Vispadya. And this, when you translate it, you will definitely get the meaning. So first the Vayu Mandala arising from the Yankara Bija, and Agni Mandala above that. Agni Mandala arises from the Rankara Bija, Tatropari Trimunda Churiko. Then thereafter there are three Munda. Munda Krita means three skull over that, and there is a Sita Patohandana, the white lotus on which there are the Bhaktadi, the objects. Eatable objects are there, and then Tatropari above that Bung Ang Jing Khang Lamam Pantam Bankara Jata Panchamrata and Panchapratipa. There are the Panchamrata, 5 nectars, and the Panchapratipa. Panchapratipa doesn't mean the 5 taps of light. It's not the light. It is not talking about the Deepa. It is talking about the to understand this Panchamrata and Panchapratipa, you have to go through the Guhya Samaja Tantra. So it talks about that Panchamrata and Panchapratipa in Tantra. It has a different meaning, and that arises from the 10th seed letter Bung Anjing Kahung Lama Mantam Pang. Thereafter, the priest will show the Garrett mudra like this. Again, he will pour down the water 3 times. Om Indradi Lokapala Vyopadya Arga Achamanam Prakshamanam Pratiksha Swaha. And thereafter, he will again show another mudra called the Cha Hum Bang Ho. Badrang Kusha Jaha, Badrapaso, Badraspoto, Bang, Badram Deso Ho. This way he will show the 4 mudras. And it is called the Akarshana Mudra, Pravesha Mudra, Toshana Mudra, Bandhana Mudra, and the Toshana Mudra. So this way, here, before that, the priest on behalf of Yajamana practice the 7-fold supreme offering, and take the vow that I will become a Buddha for the welfare of being. After that, now he will invite all the deities around him, called the Lokapala Devata. Who are the Lokapala? It is Indra, Yama, Varuna, Kuvera, Agnaya, Naritya, Vayu, Ishana, and again Urda Chandra, Urda Brahma, and Adha Prithvi, again Chandra Surya, and the Nagas, Asuras, Yakshas. It invite all the Lokapala deities, and then he will offer to the Lokapala deities. And Tatraiva Panchapataram Sampujya Shodasa Lasham Tarset, and he will offer the 5 sensual objects, and also he will demonstrate the Shodasa Lasha, 16 hand gesture, like a Om Badra Veene, like playing the Veena, Om Badra Bangse, Trang, playing the flute, Om Badra Muruje, Om Badra Mridange, ring, playing the drum, or what we call that
kind of
Madal, big Madal. Om Badra Muruje, another kind of drum, Om Bhadralasya Om Bhadrama Lasya means the two small plate
Chambers.
and chambers. And thereafter Bhadramali Trang Mala. Again Bhadragita ring, again singing song. Bhadranritya or dancing. Bhadramaru Bhadlasya Bhadramali Trang Bhadragita Bhadrapushpe, again offering the pushpa. Bhadrupa Bhadrupe Bhadramali. I will do it again. Bhadravine Bhadravangse Trang Bhadramradange Ring Bhadramurujaya Bhadrlasya Bhadramali Trang Bhadragita ring Bhadranritya Bhadrapuspe Bhadradhupe Trang Bhadram Balokite Ganda Bhadreya Bhadradarsane Rasa Bhadre Trang Sparsa Bhadre ring Dharmadhatu Garveya. This way is called the Sodash Upachara Puja. After Panchapachara, it is Sodash Upachara Puja, 16 types of offering with the hand gesture. While I was doing puja, I remember asking, we don't need there's offering. Do you remember? You were asking me offering of what?
To bring the material.
Yeah.
To match that.
Right.
Yeah. That he wanted
So
to-
all are required, of course. Yeah, it is.
But it's sufficient to do the hand gestures.
Yeah, of course, materially also, physical also it requires. Also, we offer everything through the mudra. Yeah. So this way, priest recite the text, mantra, and offer the 16 types of offerings. And again, and finally, the dharma dhatu garve a. While we are doing we are doing for the purification of our mind from the klesha varna and gaya varna, purifying the mind from the defilement of knowledge and the defilement of klesha. Thereafter, he will hold the Vajra and Khanta and embarks with this mudra and say Om Hum Swaha Vajra, Om O Swaha Khanta, Vajra Sato Sam Bhava, Vajra Tamanukana, Vajra Dharma Grayane, Vajra Karmampul Bhava, Om Takki Jao, Om Takki Jao, Om Takki Rajaho. This way he will recite this, and it is concerned with the all the living beings of this universe. And again he will praise, we will recite one verse, it's a praise about the 10 the Lokapala Devatas, Indra Dayo Mahavira Lokapala Mahardika Kilayanti Dasa Krodhan Vigrantam Namaktate. All the deities, the surrounding deities, they are deities of course, but they are the creator of the problem. Do you think?
Really?
There are so many stories. Yeah, Harishchandra Maharaja, what he has done. But who created the problem? Indra came and created the problem.
Troublemakers.
Huh?
Troublemaker.
Sometimes we can apply. Boss is not good for workers. Anyway, okay, just I'm kidding you. So, of course, the Lokapalas are the god and goddesses. They are good, but sometimes they are the creator of the problem. They don't allow us to do good and go up. So you have to satisfy them. Okay? So this is the understanding. So to do something good, first of all, you have to satisfy the surrounding people. Thereafter, you can enter into the main place and do your work. Without that, we cannot do. So it's very practical knowledge. Thereafter, tarpana, again satisfying them to the Lokapala Devatas. Vipranam Buddhimbam Divasakara Rasapadinulekam. But the meaning not concerned with the okay, I'm offering you this and that, so and so. It gives a different meaning. And these meanings are concerned with the yoga practice of the Vajrayāna. Thereafter again, Sa Achata Pushpatalana Bali Dhande Patanam. Then again, priest will take a little rice and other grains, other materials, and put water with water, pour on the mandala and recite the Indra Devadrisha Deva Shangu Riman Jagranta Bali Visistam Agner Yemonirti Bhupati Sapam Patirivadana Devatisa. So it talk about the please, Indra and so Lokapala Devatas, please come and accept my offering and be friendly to me and help me to complete my tasks. This way he invoked them, he requested them. And thereafter again I am missing one more page. The last page. maybe I sent incomplete. Maybe I'm maybe a little bit clever.
Page 12.
Still I'm missing one page.
Oh, maybe.
There was
13.
supposed to be 13.
Okay, then again another
13 or-
text. It is about the again satisfying the worldly beings and including the Lokapala devatas, and finally this ritual. So may I use this? What is the balyārcana? So okay, it is an offering of sense organs and sense objects, a higher practice, and it is based on the letter of Mahayana Mantrayana principle. That is why I deliberately mentioned. The earlier part is a paramita practice, according to paramita naya theory, and this one we are practicing based on the mantra naya theory. So it is a mantra naya activity. So to understand this text, you should know the Mantrayana theory. Then you will able to understand why Vajrayāna people inviting the Indra, Yama, Varuna, Kubera, who are not the Buddhist deities. Okay? And also why they are showing the hand gesture, what is the purpose of that, all this meaning you will get after understanding the Mantraya. Thereafter we will understand this text properly. And here you can say it is a formal Mantranaya practice and it is a Mantrayanic Bodhisattvacharya. Paramitayanic Bodhisattvacharya we have already dealt. So this is the Mantrayanic Bodhisattvacharya. Thereafter it will followed by the Sapakshara. Again it is a one passage, paragraph, one text, which contain the 100 syllables, total 100 syllables. Om Vajra Sattva Samaya Manopalaya Vajra Sattva Tveno Pratishto Dridho Me Bhava Sutasyo Me Bhava Supasyo Me Bhava Anurakto Me Bhava Sarva Siddhi Me Prayacha Sarva Karma Sucha Me Chitta Sriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 O Bhagavan Sarva Tatha Gata Tishtanam Sarva Tatha Gata Bhadramami Muncha Badri Bhava Maha Same Sattva A. It doesn't end with the Swaha. It ends with the A. Start with the O, start with the Om and end with the A. Not always Swaha. So it is called the 100 syllable Satakshara. And it deals with the requesting to the Vajrasattva Guru to bless him. Bless the followers. There is a word like that. Upatishta Drido Me Bhava, Sutasyo Me Bhava, Supasyo Me Bhava, Anuraktaha Me Bhava, Sarva Siddhi Me Prayacha, Sarva Karmeshu Cha Me Chitta Sriyam Kuru, Mam Ime Bajri Bhava. So that give a sense of that priest, the performer requesting to the Vajrasattva finally blessed him. And it is not just simply a sentence, it is a Mantrayanic way, and each letter has a meaning of different meaning. However, it gives a meaning, performer requesting to the Vajrasattva Guru for the blessing, but again, in the hidden meaning is that the Om has a one meaning, Ba has another meaning, Zra has another meaning, Sa has another meaning, To has another meaning. This way, 100 words, it gives 100 different, it stands for the 100 other things. That is the sacred thing I told you. Thereafter, the ritual will be closed. Closing, it is a closing ritual, or closing or the seeing off. Technically, it is called the Visarjana. So Visarjana means the seeing off, closing, see off to the invited Lokapala deities, and request to return to one's one place, and request to come again whenever invited in future. I may recite it. Kritoha Baha Sarva Sattvartham Siddhi Tattva Ethanuga Kachodo Buddha Visaye Punaragamanaya So Swasthane Kachodo Om Ahum Gurumaṇḍalā Mu. So it gave a meaning that I am seeing of all the Lokapala deities. Also, I request you to return now. And also, I request you, please come again whenever I invite you. Please come again. So this way, the Gurumaṇḍala text will be completed, come into the end. And what is the Gurumaṇḍala exactly? Now we will do some critical analysis. What is the Gurumaṇḍala? The text, you will throw the text, you will not see the Gurumaṇḍala, so the word inside, only in the title page, Gurumaṇḍala. But there is no Gurumaṇḍala word. Throughout the text, then you can say, oh, the Nepali people, they don't know anything, just they destroyed it. They say Gurumaṇḍala, but no Gurumaṇḍala inside the text. It's a deteriorated form of Buddhism. Someone has already mentioned like that. Some European, they came to Nepal, spent their time in Nepal, and they found nothing is pure Buddhism. It is something else. So they say Newar Buddhism is a deteriorated form of Buddhism. It is their statement. Of course, if you look at in the surface level, you will see the very rubbish text. It talks about Indra, Yema, Varuna, and Om, Ah, Hum, Swaha, like other Brahmin does it. Definitely. But when you look at the text, before look at this text, we should. Are you going?
I'm gonna help.
Okay, sorry.
No, thank you so much.
You hope you enjoyed. Did you?
Yes, I did very much.
Okay.
See you in Lumbini.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Simply to understand this text, it requires a lot of efforts. First, we have to understand the Mahayana text, Mahayana sutras, Mahayana practices. Also, we have to understand the Mantrayana practices, Mantrayana theory, philosophy, and so I can add one word: mantrology. Mantrology and mantranaya are different. Mantranaya, it came out from, it's a product of the Buddhism, say especially Mahayana Buddhism. But the mantrology is always there. So Veda also use the mantrology, Upanishad also use the mantrology, yeah, and the Buddhist people also use the mantrology. Just like we use the pharmacology, the medicine, everybody use. Similarly, the independent discipline is that the mantrology, or we can say mantra vigyan. That mantra vigyan have been adopted by Hindus, adopted by Jainas, adopted by the Buddhists also. So whenever we talk about the mantra, it is a product of the Hinduism. It is an independent one discipline, the mantra vigyan. So, but in course of time, it has a significant meaning. It is useful. It is purposeful. So all the religion and they adopted. Mostly in the Hinduism and Buddhism, Jainism, they accepted the mantrology. So to understand this text also required the mantrology also. As far as concerned the Om, Swaha, Hum, Pat, Aha, Aite, that kind of level used in the text. It's not because of the Chitta Matata theory. It's not because of the Mantrayana theory. It is because of the mantrology theory. Okay, Gurumaṇḍalārcana text mention Muni Mandala. In the text you will see Ratna Mandala. Also you will see the Vajrayaāna, but you will not see the Gurumaṇḍala. And Gurumaṇḍalārcana text doesn't say anything about the Gurumaṇḍala within the text. That is why we need some more critical analysis. So what is the Gurumaṇḍala exactly? So it requires observing the art that is drawn for performing the Gurumaṇḍala ritual. Now we have to observe the art, the sand mandala. Secondly, generally the art is called the Gurumaṇḍala. That I'm going to show you. And there are a little variation in the Gurumaṇḍala art according to the three major cities of Nepal Mandal, Kathmandu, Delhi. So Gurumaṇḍala art. It is drawn with the white stone powder. Sometimes they mix red avira also. Sometimes they put the yellow powder also. And the variation in prevailing Gurumaṇḍala art in Lalitpur, Pakantipur and Bhaktapur. Let's see. This is a Gurumaṇḍala art. This is the. So before performing the ritual, first they draw the art. After that, and they prepare the many materials, then they start the ritual performing the Gurumaṇḍala. So this is the Gurumaṇḍala. In general, they call it is a Gurumaṇḍala art. When you ask, please write down the Gurumaṇḍala, oh, you will draw this. Okay, within a second, it doesn't take a long time. But I haven't got the powder here, otherwise I could have drawn and shown you. So Gurumaṇḍala art in Lalitpur and the Gurumaṇḍala art in Kantipur. See the variation? And again, Gurumaṇḍala art in the Bhaktapur.
Wow.
So And let's say have some analysis. Some scholars identify Gurumaṇḍala art of Kantipur with the Meru Mandala, Mount Meru Mandala. Who are they? One the Japanese scholar Newah Sima, and another Nepalese scholar Manik Bajracharya. So they both have they have studied the Gurumaṇḍala and they have given an opinion about the Gurumaṇḍala art. You see the Gurumaṇḍala art here. Yeah. So this is they call it is one mandala, and they consider this one is the Chandra and this one is the Surya, and here this drawing this is the kind of Rasmi, the rays. Yeah. So Newah Sima explained this mandala. Gurumaṇḍala has the like this. This is one circle, okay, and then this one is the Chandra, this one is Surya, this one is Rasmi. Why? So he has gone through the text and he saw Hama Madhya Merve Namo, Hing Madhya Merve Namo, Suk Madhya Merve Namo, and finally Chandraya Namo, Susuryaya Namo, the words Chandra and Surya he found there, and he imagined maybe these two circle denotes the Chandra and Surya, and this is the maybe the Rasmi, the rays coming out from the star and the planets and the sun. And another scholar Manik, he did a PhD from Japan, and he tried to explain this mandala, Gurumaṇḍala, figuring out the Vajrayāna at the middle and the Ashtadvipa and the Ashtaratna. Again, he also imagined same thing, oh Chandra and Surya and one Rasmi. So here I have a different view. First of all, to give the different view, we should compare this Gurumaṇḍala drawn in 3 different cities. So common features of the Gurumaṇḍala art. Let's see. So Lalitpur, Kantipur and Bhaktapur. Here we see some common factor. Just like in the algebra, mathematical algebra, a plus b whole square is equal to a twice a square plus twice ab plus b square. So we draw the common factor. Similarly here we have to use the mathematics. You will see the common thing here. What is the arrow? Okay, is the common thing. See, this is the first of all. Let's see that this is one circle. One circle. It's everywhere you will see the circle, right? This is the circle I have given here. And another thing is that the small here it is a big 6 angles shadakona. Here you will see the small shadakona. Here again you will see the big shadakona. So shadakona and the circles are common in the Gurumaṇḍala used in the 3 different cities. They follow the same text, almost same text, except a little textual variation. But they draw the mandala a little bit different. So here we find out the shadakona is must, and secondly the circle also must. And it is not only Gurumaṇḍala art, but I am saying here it is compound art of Gurumaṇḍala and balyārcana art. The upper part, the lower part, this is the you can say one mandala, common mandala, and the upper part is again different mandala. Yeah. So this combined of these two, popularly known as the Gurumaṇḍala. But still, it is not the exactly Gurumaṇḍala. Okay, now we go to the Gurumaṇḍala art. So here 3 circles. This is one circle, yeah, and inner you see another 2 second circle, and finally the last circle inside. So outer, inner, outer, and outer. There are total 3 circles, and these 3 circles stand for the Kaya Mandala, Vaka Mandala, and Chitta Mandala. Means Kaya, Vaka, Chitta of the living beings. And the connection, I can see the connection. The 3 circles are not independent; it is interconnected. Okay, and this kind of so this is the essence of living beings. What is the common with living beings? Human being different from animal, animal different from the birds. But what are the common within the living beings? That we all have a kaya, we all have a vak, we all have a chitta. We all have a mind, body, and spirit. That is the commonality or common factors of the all living beings. And secondly, and the actual Gurumaṇḍala art. So here inner connected three circle, interconnection of the three circles symbolize the inner connection of body, speech and mind. And again, the inner connection of the body, speech and mind ultimately symbolize the personality of living being. Not only human being, but living being, okay? And the inner world. And that is our inner world. So this the interpretation of this inner connection of the body, speech and mind as the personality of the living human being is a Buddhist interpretation. Other philosophy, other religions say something more, something different. And this is a very much particularly Buddhist interpretation. And it is regarded as the three guhya, the three sacred. Sacreds are mysterious in Vajrayāna. So where it is in the Guhya Samaj Tantra. The whole Guhya Samaj Tantra talk about what is the guhya, what is the sacred. It is sacred because of people could not see it, people could not reveal it. However, we have it, but we could not see ourselves. So Guhya Samaj reveals, no, the sacred thing is that our mind, body, speech. These are three components, and it has an interrelation, interconnection, and that does everything. That gets everything, that gives everything, that does everything. And it considers that the inner world, the Kaya, Vaka, Chitta, Mandala is the subject of the offering to the Guru, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha and the Vajrayāna. What we have to offer? We have to offer your body, your speech and your mind. That is the ultimate offering. Because knowing that, unknowingly, not unknowingly, first you have to know the importance of mind, body and speech. And thereafter, what you are going to offer? You are going to offer that mind, body and speech. Therefore, to whom you are offering this? It is you are offering this to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha and the Adi Buddha, Vajrasattva or Vajradhara. It is therefore the Gurumaṇḍalārcana text. The Gurumaṇḍala stands for the Kaya, Vaka, Chitta Mandala. In fact, here Gurumaṇḍala, however we say Gurumaṇḍala, not talk about the Guru, because we talk about the Mandala, that Mandala to be offered to the Guru. That is the mind, body and speech. Then now we talk about the balyārcana mandala. So here I already show you the different three mandalas. Here we see that this is the, in fact, the balyārcana mandala, the upper part of the mandala. This is from, I think, from Ladipur. Okay, this is from Bhaktapur, and this is from Kantipur. The three are different, right? It's more decorative than this one. Yeah, but this one is totally different. But it has a relation. I can see the relation. So here I would like to show you. In fact, balyārcana mandala is a standard form. This one is the standard balyārcana mandala form. And here you see this is a tree line. It's not simply a line. It is a tree skull. Tree skull. And here this is the puspabhanda. Padma Sita Bhanda, it takes a Padma Sita Padma Bhanda, and is a decoration with the umbrella, with the flag, and this is the flame coming out. This is the standard form of balyārcana mandala in Vajrayāna. Now here we see this is the complete balyārcana mandala, and Lalitpur they use only half, this much. Okay, and they decorate it a little bit different. But it is another concise form of the main complete mandala. Similarly, we can say the Bhaktapur people, they focus on only this much. They just give up the other part. And finally, the Kantipur people, they draw the same thing in the concise form in this way. Here you will see the two Shadokwana. In fact, there are three. One is hidden there. And here you see the two X, the X and the cross means, in fact, it is a wood. The cremation site. It is a cremation. In cremation, what we do, we pile up the woods and put on the dead body over there. So it symbolizes that. And this is finally, this is the flame coming out from there. So this is the three cities, however, they have a different variation of the drawing the mandala, but it from the main text, main figure, that is the this complete balyārcana mandala, and this is to understand this. So we can get the help from this kind of picture. Usually we will see in the thangka painting. Below the thangka, you may see this kind of painting here. So as a representative, elaborated form of the balyārcana mandala. So I gave a name, is elaborated, representative, elaborated form of the balyārcana mandala. So this is the first, you see the concise form and complex form and complete and the elaborated form. Sorry, not end, okay? But I would like to say you that before the Japanese and Nepalese other scholars who gone through the Gurumaṇḍala text, they have worked hard, okay, no doubt. They try to get meaning, they try to translate it, and they try to interpret it. But still, it requires some more critical examination before give some certain conclusive remarks. That's why I have some critical view on their work. They could not understand the Gurumaṇḍala exactly. They tried to figure out it as a Chandra and Surya, so and so. In fact, this is not for Chandra and Surya. It is the upper part is the balyārcana mandala, the lower part is the Kaya Vaka Chitta mandala to be offered to the Buddha. The upper part to be offered for the Lokapala deities. Understand? Lower part Kaya Vaka Chitta to be offered to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha and the Adi Buddha, and the upper part to be offered to the Lokapala deities. Because text also follow the same thing. First it offered to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, later on it talk about the balyārcana and offered to the Lokapala deities. So however, we draw and simultaneously, and we commonly we say Gurumaṇḍala, 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 but it doesn't apply it doesn't give the real meaning. So it takes a long time to study and get a meaning. That way I humbly criticized your remarks. They could not understand the real meaning, real purpose, they could not follow the text, and they have given some different opinion that should be corrected. So here, the elaborate form, I may explain a little bit elaborate form. Here, see this one, this picture, you can, it can be explained by the same Gurumaṇḍala. Yeah, I already recited here. Tato yankarena bayu mandalam, rankarena agni mandalam, tatropari trimunda chudiko. Trimunda chudiko means three skull. Bayu mandal, agni mandal. Above that, imagine the three skull. See three skull here. Yeah, trimunda. Here it is the bayu mandal, agni mandal. White Padmahandan, but not a lotus, is a skull. We should not depend on the literal meaning. We have to also get the applied meaning. Here, Sita Padmahandana means skull. Okay? Tatro pari trimunda chudiko pari Padmasita Bhandana tatro pari. Above that, over there, tatro pari Vung an jing kha hung la ma pan ta bung. There are 10 letters. So that 10 letters symbolize, the first 5 letters symbolize our 5 organs. And 5 letters symbolize 5 sensual objects. Altogether 10. So here they bring all sense organs into one place and bring all the sensual object one place and put fire below. Put fire below and burn it, boil it. You can say boil it. After boiling, and they invite all the deities, come and take it, come and take it, come and take it. That you can see here, the text. Deva samasta Vajrayāna taraha guya ganesha meta prati pratishtve gandavadhentu sukha seva disasuguta gandhantu tushta shaganesha meta saputra dara sahavrita sangai. Rishta prasanna sarganda mali puspam buli dupam bile banantu granantu bhujantu pivantu chedam cha idam cha karmam sabam bhavantu Bhat Swaha. I say, hey devatas, come and take and you go. Take and go. And be pleased with me. Please on me. And help me doing the good in my work. So if you have to also complete your PhD on time, you should invite all deities and offer your sense organs, sensual objects, satisfy all of them, and you will get through it. Am I joking you? So this is the idea behind the text is that it should satisfy not only one person, not only two person. Obstacles came from different direction of the different walk of life. You have to satisfy all of them. And kriyasthapanam, don't get the depression, don't get the suppression, don't get the frustration. Keep in work, and satisfy all of them, and you will get through the work. And this is the way of performing in the mantra-yanic way, not the mahayanic, not the paramita-yanic way. Paramita-yanic way is, okay, dana, sila, shanti, virya, dhyana, pragya, practice that, okay, cultivate the wisdom. And the other mantra-yanic way is that visualize. So you take out all your organs, you bring all the sensual objects, put together, boil it, and invite all deities and distribute. Every day if you practice, so it will help you to eliminate your ignorance. It will help you to eliminate your delusion and your ahankara. Oh, I am the learned, I am the this and that, so and so. I am the wealthy person, I am the this and that. So it will eliminate slowly and slowly, and you will free from your defilements. Then you will feel light. Oh, I am so light. However, I have a big belly, I feel always light. Light. And that way you will be free from all the sort of problems, obstacles, hindrance. Means you will able to grasp it, you will able to tolerate it, you will able to digest it. Yeah, however, there are many problems, but you will digest easily. And one day you will achieve your goal very successfully without harming others, without creating any jealousies, without creating any attachment, without creating any other sort of the bad things. So, now I can say to end. So this is the text. Of course, yeah, not end, okay. While we see, very few pages. Yeah, very few pages. Nothing. Like it's a ritual text. Karma Kandi, Pandit Chain. You know Pandit Chain? Alexander, do you understand Pandit Chain? Better how I can explain in front of Raoji. Yeah, Raoji will explain it to you. Please.
Explain which one?
Pandit Chain.
Pandit Tain.
Chain.
That I don't know. Like Tain? I don't know. This was
Pandita, and they add some word Chain, Pandit Chain. So it kind of a word for
Panditya.
Panditya, Pandit Chain, Panditya.
So,
it is Pandita, it is for his own purpose. It's just showing off what he has learned.
Yeah, scholastic, showy scholar.
And also when I'm pretty much criticized by the people, Buddhist priests in Nepal, criticized by the Westerners, who when they gone through the text, they said nothing is a ritual. Buddha never talked about the ritual, but they are bulky texts of the ritual and they are performing this and that. Maybe it is they are creating the one medium for their livelihood. They are doing just Panditya, means they are doing rubbish thing. So, however, the text is very small. It's not a big kapya, like a Raghuvamsa, like a Meghaduta, like a Bodhicharya avatar, like a Madhyamaka Karika, like a Ashtasastrika Pragyapata, not bulky, very small. But to understand this text, it requires huge effort. I will mention you, Bodhicharya without understanding Bodhicharya avatar, may not understand, without understanding Advaita and his work, cannot understand. So it contains the very profound knowledge in one a small capsule. This is a small capsule, but inside there are many things that really kick out all the bacteria from your body.
That's great.
So it
Questions? There
contains
must be a lot of questions.
Mantrology, it contains Paramitanaya, it contains Mantranaya, yeah, it contains Paratma Samata Bhavana, it contains Atma Parivartana Bhavana, it contains the Tibetan practice, they practice the cutting all the organs and distributing to the deities. What is called?
Should.
Huh? Church. People say that, oh, Newar Bajracharya, they don't practice church. They don't know. They don't know. They always think, they don't know. Now disappear, whole Buddhism disappear, whole practice disappear. And it's declination of Buddhism. Not only declination, they say disappeared. Whatever they have, not that deteriorated form. Vikriti Vishangati, deteriorated form. But in fact, of course, in course of time, due to politics, due to so many factors, yeah, it is declined. But still, they are practicing very essential texts, which is worthy, and that just to get this knowledge about this text, it requires vast study of the literature, vast practice of practices. Only after that one can see the original shape of the Buddhism or original characteristics of the Newar Buddhism. This is my object to deliver you, so that you can also think of it, work on it. You may find out something new which has never been told by others in other practices. You are most welcome to Nepal, Newar Buddhism. I love you. Okay, now I am done. Close the shop, door. Shut the door. Okay, but open.
Do you have some questions from?
So please, Raoji, please carry on. What?
Yeah. I'm sure there are many thoughts.
I have a question. So after the point in which the judgment and the Guruju become united in their action at the beginning, following that, what is expected of the judgment to do? Do they simply observe? Do they try and what follows for the judgment after that point?
Okay, so priest perform on behalf of judgment. Afterward, during the puja, and you will assign job to judgment. Priest will assign to the job to the judgment. Judgment has to do something there. He will be participating throughout the ritual, and finally, the priest will bless him because of doing this whole work. So you may get result, this and that result. Sometimes of the Yajamanas invite us with a specific purpose. Oh, I have this kind of problem, please perform ritual for us. So accordingly we utter this text according to his wish, and we perform. After performing, and we bless them. So out of merit, so you may get the prosperity, you may get the sound health, you may get the punya, and so on and so on.
But what are some of the things that the priest instructs the judgment to do during the puja? Like certain...
Suppose I am performing a ritual in one family, one house. The elder of that house will be always close to priest. He will be there always, and he should be there. And priest, in course of ritual, assign something to do him, and listen. Sometimes hold hand, sometimes do puja. So this Gurumaṇḍala is not a complete puja. It is one part.
Right.
After that, again, they continue following the other rituals. Afterward, it will become the one complete puja. For example, we can say they perform this puja for the passive life also. For example, feeding the rice to the baby for the first time, suppose. So, firstly, they perform this Gurumaṇḍala, and it will be followed by many other ritual, Annaprasana ritual, rice feeding rituals. So it takes a long time. And finally, and so objective is to feeding the rice. So Guru may bless them. So whole event may cause for the, so this whole, the feeding the rice may cause for the enlightenment. Om Shamanto Vojo Valam Tejo Valam Dade Swaha. This Anna may give him Voja. Shamanto Vojo Valam Tejo Valam Dade Swaha. That way he will complete it. Thanks.
Thank you very much for the talk. I wanted to ask, and sorry if you said this and I didn't hear it earlier, but the differences between the Paramita Nana
Naya.
and Naya,
Mantra
sorry,
Naya.
and the Mantra Naya, does that represent historical layers of the text, or is that more an individual's entrance in the text? They start off with the easier one, maybe, and then go to the second one. So I'm wondering, why are those two divisions? And is one read one of the texts for the first couple, and then could you discuss a little?
Firstly, we should accept Mantra Naya developed later on. Earlier phase there was a Paramita Naya. However, they don't say this is a Paramita Naya, but they always focus on the practice of the Paramitas. That's a Paramita Naya's time. Later on, introduced. I may not say Buddha introduced, but scholars, learned scholars, acharyas, they introduced the Mantra Naya based on the philosophy of Chittamakata. They introduced the mind-only philosophy. Based on that, they introduced this Mantra Naya theory, and after that, so later on it became the Vajrayāna practice. That is why the Paramita Naya comes first, and later the Mantra Naya comes. It's not accidental. It is a sequential with the programming, proper programming.
And then, may I ask a second question?
Sure.
What kind of written commentarial kind of nexus exists on this text, or is it always just kind of oral guru to disciple commentary?
It's a very important question. So, in my life, when I was 14 years old, I learned this text from my mom. My mom, he doesn't read and write, he cannot read and write, but he knows all text because he practiced every day as a morning ritual, Nitya Karma. And he taught me, you should read. Your grandfather was so great Pandit, Guru. And my father was not a great Pandit. He was a government servant. He joined the government office. He was a government officer. But he practiced, but he could not do well. And it's your turn. You should continue it. So my mom encouraged me. And I learned when I was less than 14 years. Before joining my Guru. Then I joined the Guru. Then the text has been published. Not this one. This is a later edition. The earlier edition has been published. The editor is he was my Guru's Guru, my grand Guru. Amoghabajra is my grand Guru, and he published already to enlighten the people. And I got the text and I studied the text in my home. Later on, I joined my Gurukula, and Guru taught me. So what was another your question?
So are there written commentaries?
Yeah,
or is it just purely
yeah. And we tried to get the translation form of this, but very hard to get a translation. We don't get the earlier translation, but later I found one translation by the Pandit Ratna Bahadur, who had been to Tibet for several years. After coming back from Tibet, back to Nepal, and he has translated and published also. One time he regarded as a very well-known scholar, modern scholar. Not modern scholar, classical scholar in Nepal. We have gone through that. Essentially, we learned the exact meaning from the Guru. So far, we don't have any commentary text. Some people imagine that there must be some commentary text. I'd love to have that, but so far I could not get it. Even my Guru assumed that there must be some explanatory text, commentary text on this text. There must be, but we don't see. But we found that the text mentioned in Gurumaṇḍala spread out in different texts. Thus I mentioned you the Dango Maya Mamudancha. This paragraph, that text we see in the collection of the Amoghabajra. I don't know whether Amoghabajra composed text and we borrow that or Amoghabajra borrowed from this text. We don't know that. So still there is a scope working on the Newar Buddhism. Like you guys, you people work on that. Yeah, you have good facility, good is university, good teachers. Yeah, so you should work on that, and you may bring out something new, even though what we don't know that. Okay. Yeah. So I have brought the collection of manuscript of the Gurumaṇḍala from the various sources. This is the collection of Gurumaṇḍala. All, if someone wants to do a PhD on this, so it's enough. You don't have to go to Nepal.
Pretty much.
It's maybe more than 20-25 manuscripts of the different time. Yeah, it's a collection. Once one Japanese lady, girl, came to me. He worked on the Gurumaṇḍala for his master's thesis. Then, so I instructed him to first collect the manuscript, and she collected. Yeah, and still I know more than that I can collect. So it's a good collection. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yes,
Oh.
first of all, I would like to thank you for this space, for coming all the way from Nepal via US to here. One request to you is, can you give us your PowerPoint presentation yesterday and today's? Can you email us so that we can...
And when Guru gives tika, flower, they expect the touching.
Sure, we will do that. We will try. We will do that, and we will for sure will do more study on the Buddhism, and we will do
That will be a good return.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
return.
I'm glad that yeah.
Yeah, I think like if every word, whichever there, we will research more, and then we will from one word we will understand 100 more, 100 or not.
First of all, I'm glad you are here, and you are the good listener. He has attended all my 4 performances, even though Alexander didn't appear.
Ian missed the
Ian didn't appear.
I was with my mother. It's family.
Yeah, the obligation, the mother day. During the mother day, I was doing the Tara Puja. That's a mother goddess, Tara Puja. And he appeared, and second day also, third day also, today also. Still, he wants to associate with me till I go back. He said he's inviting me in his house. Why don't you come and stay more and talk and the teachers? Okay, I'm so glad you are not a university student of T of U. T of T. Yeah, U of T. But you are so inclined to learn it. I'm so glad. Hope you will join university after looking your schedule, and you will get a good colleagues. Yeah, of course, I can give this PowerPoint. I made for students, I made for people, not to keep secret. I already opened it. Yeah, I can give you, all of you. But you have to work on that, not only keep in the showcase, in the computer, and say one time, yeah, I heard this, no, I don't. If you work on continuously, okay, so definitely it is open to you. And you are most welcome to Nepal also, yeah, if you want something more. But you have to learn I already told you the difference between disciple and the student. Try to be the disciples also, not only simply academic student. Hi, hello, not only that way. You will not get the proper knowledge from the East. If you only think of the way of dealing with the Western way, you will not get proper relation, proper association with the East. That is my humble request. That is also, it should be included in the research methodology. Just collecting data and analyzing data, producing some, that is not a research methodology. Research methodology must also include understanding the East and West, and to be close with the East, how to get knowledge from them properly. Understand?
Yes.
So it should be included in the modern research methodology. Just simply distributing the questionnaire, you will not get a proper answer from the audience. Why he should answer you? You are getting PhD, he is getting nothing. Why he should answer you? See, it's a very practical problem. And people distribute it and get a fake answer, and based on the fake answer, they analyze and bring the truth. Oh, this is my PhD work, contribution. We can easily notice this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong information, this is the right information. For example, William Douglas. William Douglas, he say himself Tuladhar, William Tuladhar, because he got married with one Tuladhar woman in Nepal. And I don't know, yeah, he was in Nepal, and I have invited him to be like a part-time teacher in my university while I was a head of the department of Buddhist studies in Tribhuvan University. Yeah, he was with me also for a few years, but never I sit down, never I did not try to associate with him. Now I found Amber print out something and post it.
It's his book, Medieval Buddhism in Nepal.
Yeah. And I saw he print out something, I read, there is some wrong information. I asked him, where did you get it? He said, I got from the William Douglas. Now he is in Scotland or in England. So he has given a very wrong information about the Buddhist texts in Nepal. Of course, he might have got that information from someone else. He can refer, oh, I got this information from Mr. So and so. But that even source was also wrong. So, what the bottom line is that to get the proper knowledge, proper information is not an easy task. Just applying the Western methodology, research methodology, will not be enough to get the good result. Of course, if you are working in the lab, science lab, then no need to think of the East and West. That's a different chemical reaction, observing the chemical reaction, so you can update. But as far as the humanities is concerned, social sciences concerned, anthropology concerned, philosophy concerned, text not enough to, text doesn't speak. Yeah? Even your time doesn't speak. So it speaks if only the proper man, proper resources, proper gurus, and proper informants. So it's my humble request. Also, usually I told this same thing to my students also. Now you are going to be a scholar. You're well known, well versed in the methodology. Okay, but that is not enough. There are certain methodology which is very much practical. You have to think of it. Then only then you will get the good answer, proper answer, and you can analyze. Otherwise, original information already is wrong, then other information will be more wrong and wrong. Yeah, that happened. That is happening. I already tell you, a scholar came to Nepal, spent 6 months, and he concluded Newar Buddhism is a deteriorated form of deteriorated Buddhism. Now there is no more monk, no more scholar. They have to go to Tibet to learn Buddhism. May I go there, Tibet? Who will take me? So, study, research important, and also the methodology also important. Also, we have to think the practical methodology along with the what we have the research methodology designed by, projected by the learned scholar. Okay? Am I too much now?
No, it's been wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
One question here is, you mentioned about the Lokpala deities, right? Indra, Yama, something like that. So I'm wondering if do Buddhism believe on Hindu goddess, god and goddess?
That is the wrong. If someone believe on Indra, it doesn't mean it is about the Hinduism. Hinduism also believe this after this world there is another world. Other religions also believe another world. Yeah. So it is very common. Don't say Indra always. It is a Hindu in Indra. Indra is Indra. So human being, they have started to believe on the another world and the supreme world, and they imagine there is some supreme power wonder so and so. Yeah. So for the Asian people, Indra is not the Hindus or not the Buddhas, Buddhist Indra. But maybe when Buddhist people draw the Indra's iconography, they may add something. Also, when Hindu people draw the Indra's image, they may add something. But Indra is Indra. The Asian people believe, okay, there is a God. There is not the supreme God, but the Indra, like the one Indra. Also, there is a death, Yama. There is a Kubera, wealthy people. Everybody believes. Okay, but essence is that your aim is to get the goal, achieve the goal. To achieve the goal, you have to satisfy the surrounding environment. You have to satisfy all the people or maybe animal surrounding you. If you have a dog, of course you have to satisfy the dog. If you have a bird in your house, you have to satisfy the bird. Similarly, the main thing is that there are many people, many energies, many things are there, good and bad, and our aim is to obtain something solidly. Then you have to satisfy all of them. Then you can pursue your work without any hindrance. Also, they will help you. They will also help you to get through the work. So this is the idea behind this practice. If I do the ritual morning for Indra Yama Varna Kubera, can I think that Indra Yama Varna come and they will help me immediately? No. This is the idea. After that, whole day I have to apply that theory when I walk. Then the ritual give you the effect. Okay, ritual is not simply for the ritual. It is philosophical. It is based on the philosophy, based on the idea. It's a kind, you can say, it is a methodology. You understand this methodology, you will get through.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I give this PowerPoint. Hope you will use purposefully, with respect, with due respect. Okay. Also, I have sent my PowerPoint. No, I didn't send PowerPoint. I sent the text. I sent other material.
Other reasons, yeah.
So I can send it to Amber email first, and you will circulate it.
You can put it in the Dropbox.
Circulate
Sure.
it. Okay.
That will be good.
Okay. This
Thank
is
you so
what
much.
workshop.